Type 1. Spiral galaxy. The first and most famous kind of galaxy is the spiral. When you picture a galaxy, this is almost certainly what you see. A bright, dense core in the middle, surrounded by a flat disk of stars that winds outward in sweeping, curved arms, like a cosmic pinwheel frozen mid-turn. But those arms aren't solid structures. They're waves of compression rolling slowly through the disk, and it's inside them that new stars are constantly being born, which is why the arms glow brighter and bluer than everything around them. A single spiral can hold anywhere from 100 billion to several hundred billion stars, all quietly orbiting the center over hundreds of millions of years. They're beautiful, they're active, and they're where most of the star formation in the entire modern universe still happens today. And real quick, if you're enjoying this, take a second to subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel more than you'd think. Alright, back to it, because the galaxies only get stranger from here. Type 2. Barred spiral. Most spirals aren't quite as simple as a smooth pinwheel. The majority of them, including our own, are barred spirals. Instead of the arms curling straight out of the core, a long, straight bar of stars cuts across the center, and the spiral arms trail off the ends of that bar. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is one of these. There's a bright bar of older stars running through the middle, with our entire solar system sitting about halfway out along one of the arms, roughly 26,000 light-years from the center. And that bar isn't just decoration. It works like a cosmic funnel, channeling gas inward toward the core, feeding both new bursts of star formation and the giant black hole waiting at the very center. Type 3. Elliptical galaxy. Now for the complete opposite of a spiral. Elliptical galaxies have no arms, no disk, and no real structure at all. They're smooth, featureless clouds of stars, shaped like spheres or stretched-out eggs, and they tend to be old. An elliptical is mostly filled with ancient red stars, with very little gas left over to build new ones, so star formation has largely shut down inside them. In a way, they're galactic retirement homes, full of stars quietly living out the last stretch of their lives. But don't mistake old for small. Some of the largest galaxies in the entire universe are ellipticals, and we'll get to exactly how monstrous those can get later on. Type 4. Lenticular galaxy. Sitting right between spirals and ellipticals is a strange in-between called a lenticular galaxy. It has a flat disk, like a spiral, and a bright central bulge, but the spiral arms are gone, and it's burned through most of its gas. So it's essentially a disk galaxy that has stopped making stars, a spiral slowly aging into an elliptical. And astronomers think many lenticulars are exactly that, former spirals that either ran out of fuel or had their gas stripped away, leaving behind a smooth, quiet disk that's gradually fading into the dark. Type 5. Irregular galaxy. Not every galaxy fits into a neat category. Irregular galaxies have no defined shape at all, no clean spiral, no smooth ellipse, just a chaotic, lopsided blob of stars, gas, and dust. Many of them got that way through violence, warped and pulled out of shape by the gravity of a larger neighbor passing too close. Two of the best-known examples orbit our own galaxy, the Large and Small Magellanic Clouds, visible with the naked eye from the southern hemisphere. Irregulars are often rich in gas, which means they can be packed with bright, active regions of new starbirth. Messy on the outside, but very much alive. Type 6. Dwarf galaxy. Here's the part most people don't expect. The most common type of galaxy in the universe isn't the grand spiral, it's the dwarf. Dwarf galaxies are small and faint, sometimes holding only a few million stars instead of hundreds of billions, and they are absolutely everywhere. Our own Milky Way has dozens of them orbiting it like moons, slowly being pulled apart and swallowed over billions of years. And that, it turns out, is exactly how the big galaxies grow, by devouring the smaller ones around them. Every giant galaxy you have ever seen was built, in part, from the shredded remains of the dwarfs it has eaten. Type 7. Ring galaxy. Some galaxies look genuinely impossible. A ring galaxy is exactly what it sounds like, a bright ring of stars surrounding an empty-looking center, like a cosmic smoke ring hanging in space. The most famous is called Hoag's object, a near-perfect circle of brilliant blue stars around a golden core, with a clear, dark gap in between the two. Most ring galaxies are the aftermath of a collision, where a smaller galaxy punched straight through the center of a larger one. The impact sends a shockwave rippling outward through the disk, sweeping stars and gas up into an expanding ring, like a stone dropped into a pond, except the ripple is made of 100 billion suns. Type 8. Polar ring galaxy. Even stranger is the polar ring galaxy. This is a galaxy with a second ring of stars and gas orbiting it, but tilted almost completely sideways, wrapped around the galaxy from pole to pole instead of around its equator. It looks like a galaxy wearing an enormous halo turned the wrong way. These form when one galaxy tears material away from another during a close encounter, and that stolen gas and stars settle into a new orbit at a wild, perpendicular angle. They're rare, they're stunning to look at, and they're also incredibly useful, because by watching how that sideways ring moves, astronomers can actually map out the invisible dark matter surrounding the galaxy. Galaxies are not lonely islands. They live in groups, and they crash into one another constantly. Interacting galaxies are ones caught in the act, their shapes twisted and stretched by each other's gravity, with long streams of stars pulled out into glowing bridges and tails strung between them. One famous pair, the antennae galaxies, are mid-collision right now, flinging out two huge curved tails of stars that give them their name. These collisions unfold over hundreds of millions of years, far too slowly for us to ever watch them move. But here's the strange part. When two galaxies collide, the individual stars almost never hit each other, because space is so unimaginably empty that the two galaxies simply pass through one another, like two swarms of bees flying straight through each other's ranks. Type 10. Jellyfish galaxy. When a galaxy falls into a massive cluster, something eerie starts to happen to it. The space between galaxies in a cluster is filled with a thin, superhot gas, and as our galaxy plunges through it at millions of miles an hour, that gas acts like a fierce headwind, stripping the galaxy's own gas out and dragging it behind. The result is a jellyfish galaxy, a galaxy trailing long tentacles of gas and newborn stars streaming out from one side, looking exactly like a jellyfish drifting through water. And those trailing tentacles light up with brand new stars, born in the very gas that's being torn away from the galaxy. It's a galaxy being slowly gutted and blazing beautifully while it happens. Type 11. Starburst galaxy. Most galaxies form stars at a slow, steady, patient pace. A starburst galaxy does not. These are galaxies in the middle of a frenzy, forging new stars hundreds, even thousands of times faster than normal, burning through their gas at a rate they cannot possibly keep up. Something has to set it off, and it's usually a collision or a near miss that slams enormous clouds of gas together all at once. The result is a galaxy lit up with countless brilliant new stars, glowing so fiercely it can outshine galaxies many times its size. But it's a short, violent chapter. A starburst tears through its own fuel so fast that it can only last a few tens of millions of years before it burns itself out completely. Type 12. Seyfert galaxy. From here, galaxies stop being defined by their shape and start being defined by what's happening deep in their core. A Seyfert galaxy looks, at first glance, like a perfectly ordinary spiral, but its center is far, far too bright. At the heart of it, the supermassive black hole is no longer sitting quietly. It's feeding, tearing apart gas that heats up and blazes with the light of an entire galaxy, all pouring out of a single point. Seyferts were some of the first galaxies where we realized that the calm, starry spirals we thought we understood could be hiding a monster at the center, wide awake and eating. Type 13. Radio galaxy. Some galaxies barely look impressive in ordinary light, but switch to radio waves, and they suddenly become some of the largest single objects in the entire universe. A radio galaxy has a supermassive black hole at its core, firing out two colossal jets of particles, blasting in opposite directions at very nearly the speed of light. Those jets punch far, far beyond the galaxy itself, inflating gigantic lobes of glowing, radio-emitting gas that can stretch for millions of light years, sometimes dozens of times larger than the galaxy that launched them. A single radio galaxy can be one of the biggest structures in the known cosmos, and all of it is powered by one black hole sitting at the center. Type 14. Quasar. And now, the single brightest objects in the entire universe. A quasar is what happens when a supermassive black hole is feeding at its absolute limit. As staggering amounts of gas spiral inward, they heat to millions of degrees and blaze so violently that one quasar can outshine its entire host galaxy, hundreds of billions of stars, by 100 times or more. They are so bright that we can see them from the very edge of the observable universe, billions of light years away. And most quasars are ancient. We're seeing them as they were in the early universe, when galaxies were young and their central black holes were feeding like they never would again. A quasar is a galaxy's heart, burning as bright as it will ever burn in its entire life. Type 15. Blazar. A blazar is the same kind of monster as a quasar, a supermassive black hole firing a jet at nearly the speed of light, but with one unsettling difference. The jet is pointed almost directly at Earth. When you're staring straight down the barrel of one of these particle beams, its light gets boosted to absolutely staggering levels, and the galaxy appears to flicker and flare violently, brightening and dimming as the jet churns. A blazar is, in effect, a cosmic gun aimed right at us from across the universe. And the only reason it's completely harmless is that the nearest ones are still hundreds of millions of light years away. Type 16. Supergiant elliptical. Now to the true giants. At the very centers of massive galaxy clusters sit the largest galaxies in all of existence, supergiant ellipticals. These are galactic cannibals, grown monstrous over billions of years by swallowing every smaller galaxy that ever fell into the cluster around them. The largest one we know of, a galaxy called IC 1101, may stretch several million light-years across and hold as many as 100 trillion stars, which makes our own Milky Way look like a rounding error beside it. If you swapped our galaxy out for one of these, it would swallow not just the Milky Way, but Andromeda, and most of our entire local group of galaxies, all at once, without noticing. Type 17, Ultra Diffuse Galaxy. At the exact opposite extreme is a galaxy that is almost not there at all. Ultra diffuse galaxies are as large as a full-sized galaxy, some of them as wide as the entire Milky Way, but with so few stars, spread so incredibly thin, that they're nearly transparent. You could look right through one and barely realize it was in front of you. Some of them contain 1,000 times fewer stars than a normal galaxy of their size. How they manage to hold themselves together at all, without simply drifting apart, is still an open question, and the answer points straight at something we can't see. Type 18, Dark Galaxy. Which brings us to the strangest one of them all. A dark galaxy is a galaxy made almost entirely of dark matter, that invisible substance we can only detect through its gravity, with barely any stars inside it at all. Some of these objects have been found holding as much mass as a full-sized galaxy, enough gravity to bend passing light and hold themselves firmly together, and yet almost nothing about them actually glows. They are galaxies in the truest sense, huge, massive, and gravitationally bound, and yet they are essentially invisible. Dark shapes drifting silently through the universe that we can only find by the pull they exert on everything around them. Type 19, the first galaxies. And finally, we reach the very beginning of everything. The first galaxies formed within just a few 100 million years of the Big Bang, out of the very first stars the universe ever made. And because their light has taken more than 13 billion years to crawl across space and reach us, looking at them is like looking directly backward in time, seeing galaxies exactly as they were in the infancy of the cosmos. Our newest telescopes have finally started finding them, and what they found has been a genuine shock. Some of these early galaxies are far bigger and more fully formed than they have any right to be that soon after the beginning, forcing us to rethink how quickly galaxies can even come together. These are the ancestors of every galaxy that exists today, including our own. So here's the strange part. We just went through nearly 20 types of galaxy, and sorted them neatly by shape and size and behavior, as if each one is its own separate, permanent thing. But a galaxy's type isn't permanent at all. It's just a snapshot. Spirals collide and merge into ellipticals. Ellipticals grow by devouring dwarfs. Quiet galaxies flare into blazing quasars when their black holes are fed, then go dark again when the food runs out. Every single type on this list is really just the same handful of objects, caught at different moments in a story, billions of years long. And our own galaxy is no exception. Right now, the Andromeda Galaxy is racing toward us at over 200,000 miles an hour, and in about 4.5 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda are going to slam together, merge, and eventually settle into one single giant elliptical galaxy. The spiral you are living inside of has an expiration date. And there's one more thing that every galaxy on this entire list has in common. At the center of each and every one of them, holding the whole thing together, sits a supermassive black hole. We made an entire video breaking down every type of black hole there is, from the ordinary all the way to the ones physics forbids, and it's on screen right now. And if you made it all the way to the end of this one, subscribe. We explain the strangest things in the universe every few days.